first alert update, a Campbellsport man who is a former school resource officer is facing bestiality charges. As we first reported, officials say 34-year-old Steven Rosales engaged in sexual activity with a dog on multiple occasions, then texted someone about it. His bond is set at $100,000. In a separate case, the Kewaskum Police Department fired the school resource officer after they say he sexted with a student for months. Court papers say investigators discovered more than 9,000 texts between Rosales and the female student between January and April. Rosales will be back in court for both cases next month.